Welcome to Kali's Calling Between Destruction and Rebirth. This podcast is an invitation, a journey into the heart of Kali, the new album of Ptolemea, set to be released on November 6 under the Portuguese label Raging Planet. Each episode we explore one song. We trace its roots, we dive into the emotions, the stories behind the lyrics, and the energy that brought it to life. And today, in our third episode, we step into the world of the third track, called Blue Moon. This song is about interdimensional healing. Yeah, that's a thing. And I didn't believe it either until it happened to me. So let me tell you the story. It was 2.5 years ago. I asked to a close friend if I could spend the weekend in his cabin in the woods. I needed space, silence, fire, nature. That place has always felt like a little sanctuary. I was going through a deep emotional shift. After 9 years together, I could feel that my relationship, the one that I believe would last forever, was coming to an end. And it hurt a lot. That kind of hurt that really lives in the bones. So I sat in front of the fireplace, crying a lot. Eventually, I lay down on the sofa. And then something happened. The moment my head touched the pillow, I felt hands above my head like this. Gentle, caring hands. They felt like they belonged to a woman, but from another time. And near the fire, I sensed a knight, standing guard, sword in hand, protecting us. In seconds, I shifted from despair to deep calm. I had never experienced anything like this before. Not without the help of any substances. So they stayed with me for a while and I fell asleep, wrapped in that peace. The next day, I wrote the song Blue Moon. Some weeks later, I went to see an energetic healer and she placed her hands on my head like this. And the memory of that night came rushing back, and I told her everything. She smiled and gave me an explanation that blew my mind. She said, "Time is not linear. What we live as past, present, and future are actually happening all at once, across different dimensions. So when we reincarnate, it's not one life after another. We live them simultaneously in parallel dimensions." According to this theory, I was probably receiving help from another version of myself, a healer in another time. And somehow, through this web of space and energy, she reached me in the cabin that night. There are so many things we don't understand. So many mysteries beyond the visible. But I believe this: if we stay open to the unseen, the impossible becomes real. We don't need to understand everything, but we can decide to trust and let the magic happen. Musically, Blue Moon mirrors this journey. It begins in a deep atmospheric trance that erupts into an intense cathartic second part, a sonic reflection of the interdimensional connection between all things. Just have a listen. So this was Blue Moon, and in our next episode we'll explore the fourth song of Kali. And until then, I invite you to stay curious, to stay open, to listen not only with your ears, but with your whole being. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening, and see you next time on Kali's Call.